sparkle in your eyes. I feel.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jasmine. Welcome to my channel. And for my returning subscribers, hey y'all. Getting into today's video, I know I'm a bit late. Some of you are still waiting your like face-to-face interview, and so I know this is a long overdue video and I should have posted this a long time ago. I've been actually meeting some of you guys that are like already about to finish training, so congrats to all of you guys. Congrats to the ones who are waiting to go to training. But this video is going to be for anybody who's still waiting for their face-to-face interviews. You guys have gotten through most of the process, whichever airline that is, and you are about to have your face-to-face interview, or waiting to hear from them. So to invite you to whatever airline it is, headquarters, and meet you in person. So as far as your face-to-face interview, I can only go based off of experience, so I'm not sure if every airline is like this, but I do feel like some of the things that I'm going to share as a part of my things to know are good things to carry out through any airline, no matter who you're applying for. I think that a lot of the things I'm gonna share are gonna be helpful to anybody. So before we get started, you guys already know, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit your bell notification so you don't miss when I upload, which is typically every Wednesday and Sunday around 2 p.m. So yeah, don't miss a video, guys. Let's go ahead and get into these 5 things to know before your face-to-face interview. Okay, all right, so I do have them written down just for memory's sake, as well as just being thorough and sharing everything that I kind of want to say. So yeah, so first I have written down is expect a crowd. Group activities, group interview style. So I don't really know what I expected for my personal interview. Expect group interview style things to be going on, whether that's like a challenge where you guys have to exhibit teamwork and showing how you can work together with things. Every part of what you're doing at the interview, whether it's in a group or whether it's by yourself, you know, is important. It's all a part of your interview, you know what I'm saying? So definitely expect a lot of group things to be going on. You're in a group majority of the time. The group activities and things like that are going to be just as important, if not more important, than the face-to-face, like one-on-one situation that will occur throughout the day of the interview. So yeah, expect a crowd, expect group things, expect group activities, and be ready to like work with some of the people that are in your interview. Be extremely but authentically friendly. Talk to everyone, mingle during downtime. I think that this is important, especially for this career, because you're gonna be working with different people every single day. Can you be in a room with people and not be like antisocial? Even on like a break, you know, you should be mingling and talking with people and not just like sitting in a corner by yourself. I feel like if I was an interviewer, I would be looking at that too. Like, I think that it's actually a cool thing to kind of be watched and tested on that type of level, I guess, even in the downtime. Like, I just remember feeling like there was not one time that somebody wasn't watching me. So I just kind of kept that in my mind the entire day that I was there. It's also an opportunity, even some of the interviewers are out there, so what a great opportunity to speak with someone. Oh, have you talked to this person? Have you talked to this person? That's also a good opportunity for you to get your name and face in front of the people who will be ultimately deciding if you should move on to getting your CJO. So that's another big reason why it's important to like chat with people, you know. That's kind of a little bit of a strategy too. You have a end goal in mind. You want people to remember and know your face and have had even a slight conversation with somebody, because you never know who your interviewer is gonna be. Be talkative, be friendly, be open and willing to have conversation with any and everybody. And if you're not talking to somebody, find somebody to talk to, you know. I remember at my interview that there was like a slip moment where I was like, realized I wasn't like talking to anybody. So like I'm like looking around, I just like hop into a conversation with somebody else or like join somebody else. It's such a welcoming and open environment, and everybody understands the assignment. So everybody's trying to do the same thing, talk and mingle and grab somebody to speak to, so that I'm not sitting here doing nothing. So you'll catch the vibes as you're there, you know what I'm saying? But a little funny story is that I don't know who I watched or what video I seen or where I got this from, but somebody mentioned like, oh, when you're at the face-to-face interviews, they're gonna offer you snacks. Like, don't eat anything, just be really, you know, only water and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if they penalize you for taking a snack. At my interview, I only took a bottle of water because I had that like rumor in my head that I still to this day don't know if it's true or not, but not to eat another food. You have one goal here, you're here for one reason, not to be snacking and mingling and stuff. So anyways, all I'm here to say is they're gonna offer you snacks. Whether you take one or not is your decision. I don't think that they be like, oh, she took some cookies, you know, mark a tally off of her. So I don't know, but that was just a funny thing that I think is just hilarious. That I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. It's hard to believe that it is, but you just never know what you could get sent home for or not get accepted for. So I just thought that was like a funny little story and wanted to share that. Moving on. Okay, so the next thing that I have, and don't take this one with so much emphasis, and I'm gonna tell you why. So speak first, make self memorable at least 1 to 2 times during the interview event. So let's just kind of get into this, because I don't want you to think that this means be overbearing, overpowering, be too much. Because I remember this one young lady in my interview who was that. She was just too much. Like, didn't want to let other people speak, or like would jump and talk first every single time. We're like, okay, girl, let somebody else talk. Like, that's the kind of vibe she was getting, just overbearing, not really like teamwork with the bull. Because you could tell it was just like, I'm trying to be remembered and trying to be known. So I feel like there's a strategy to this. If you find yourself in a group setting and you guys are able to ask questions or answer questions, I would say like maybe try to be first immediately. Like, first question out, you try to be the first person. Okay, great. Sit back a little bit, now let other people talk. You were the first person. Or if not, at least chime in at some point. Be memorable when it comes to asking questions and things like that. When you do have the chance to speak out loud in front of the group or introduce yourself, even getting up and saying your name, your age, and where you're from, like, say it, be bold, be confident. That is also going to put a stamp in people's mind and show like here I am. You have good presence, you can speak to people. Those are all really good qualities to like shine light on, that you can do to outshine other people. I kind of want to take that back, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying like outshine people, but like, how do I stand out? You know, you're gonna remember me because I stood up, I put my shoulders down, my head up, neck long, and I spoke to you with confidence. I let you know what I'm saying, and loudly. I projected my voice so that the other people could hear what I'm trying to say. Also, I want to note that like when it comes to speaking first and making yourself be known out there, always just have questions prepared, whether it's you're asking questions in your face-to-face one-on-one interview or you're asking questions in the group setting. In the group setting, this is really good because this is another way to kind of like your likability above, because you're asking insightful and useful questions. You're not asking, oh, how much do we get paid? You're not asking, oh, well, explain to me the pay, whatever, because 9 times out of 10 they're already gonna share that information with you, and then they'll ask you more questions like what other more questions you have later. So ask other things that maybe people don't really think about, but what that question is gonna be up to you to prepare and have questions like in the hard drive for when you do get the opportunity to speak. So if they ask you, do you have questions, and you're sitting in a question and answer segment of the interview, always contribute to the conversation by asking good, enticing questions that not only help you but are also going to help other people. And I just think that it looks good. Okay, the one-on-one portion. Now, this is, I put this as category 4, but there's like a lot of bullets under this category because there's a lot that I want to share to kind of calm your nerves and prepare you mentally for what you're gonna be expected of. So at this point, you've gone through a series of interviews. You've interviewed multiple people, whether that be on the phone, a video chat, a self-recorded interview. You've gone through some of the major hard hitters, and so now you've made it to this opportunity to be face-to-face with a person, an actual interviewer, and you have no idea how it's gonna go. In your mind, you're thinking star format. In your mind, you're thinking question, probable answers, how did I strategize and do. Totally not what to be expected. Think of this as more of a like conversation. Be your most genuine self. So if you really want to express why you want to be a flight attendant, you know, now's your opportunity to really open up and share that, and just kind of have the conversation with the person. The person's gonna ask questions and guide and direct the interview. Of course, it's not just gonna be like small talk. This is your time to be authentic and be personable, you know? So I can't really say exactly what they're gonna ask or how they're gonna ask it and things like that, but just this is an opportunity to just get a little bit more comfortable in your seat and, you know, but still interview professionally. And talk to your interviewer. Everybody interviews with a different person, you know, it's kind of like random selection. So how your conversation goes with your interviewer might be completely different than how mine and my interviewer's conversation went. But I think on a basis that they're all pretty similar. So for example, like if you get questioned about how do you feel about working on holidays, this is the time to use that kind of question to your advantage, and the way you answer this like is a tell-all. So I think, and my biggest advice is going to be to know that be aware of the job expectations and how much people sacrifice in the first few years of working as a flight attendant. It is not all peaches and international and off on your holidays and off on the weekends and work when I want and do the schedule that I want, you know, at least for the first 3 to 4 years. So be realistic about what being away from the holidays means to you. Like, you know, although I have a 3-year-old at home and I am, you know, and missing holidays with her does trip me up emotionally. However, I just respect so much that this company really has a base on seniority and how, you know, you just do the hard work in the beginning, and eventually I know that I'll be able to spend those holidays off with my daughter because I would have paid my dues to the company, and now I can reap the benefits or whatever, you know. That is like a great way to just like, yep, I'm aware and I'm accepting that, oh, I'm gonna be working every weekend, or oh, I ain't gonna be home for the first 2 Christmases of me having at this job. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have time to waste space. No airline has time to waste space to hire you and then you go and quit a month later because you're not getting the schedule that you want, you know? So yeah, that is like my biggest like tip, is just to be personable. Or even if you're not sure if it's like gonna be more of a conversation kind of vibe, you know, every airline is different. Still go in there being your most confident and comfortable self, because being a genuine person and just like coming off as likable is gonna get you far in this process. So, okay, so my fifth thing that I feel like you need to know is you need to expect to have some fun. In my opinion, based off of my experience, this was like the coolest interview I'd ever had, and I really felt like even though I got my CJ on the spot, like walking out of my one-on-one interview, like something just told me in my loins, like, oh, you got it, you got the job. Like I just knew in my heart that I had like really went in there and did my thing, because, and this was also like closer to fresh out of college, and I was always a really good interviewer, but this one was like icing on the cake, like top notch. Like I did my thing. I didn't expect to have so much fun. I didn't expect to experience anything that I experienced on these few hours of being together with a group of people who were also interviewing, and so you end up becoming like kind of cool with the people that you got interviewed with and stuff like that. So yeah, expect to have fun and enjoy the process as the events go on. You're gonna be doing multiple things at different times, and so just be there and be present for each section. Really think about what it is they're asking of you, and then relate it to why they're asking it of you. Oh, maybe this might be a little bit of a taste of what it's like to work together on the plane. Maybe that's why they have us doing this group activity, or you know, whatever it is that you're doing throughout the interview process. Enjoy every little bit of it, even the moments where you're on your downtime and you can chat with people. Have fun with it, enjoy it, and just relish in the fact that you made it to the headquarters of whichever airline you are going for, and you're able to give it your all to get the job. So yeah, that was a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be, but I really do feel like I shared some very good information for you for preparing to head into your face-to-face interview. You got this, you're gonna be great. And I think that if you just keep these things in the back of your mind of how to be throughout the day that you're interviewing, you'll come out successful. And yeah, and you'll have fun along the way. So if you enjoyed this video and I gave you some helpful tips and things to know, then don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn your bell notifications on so you don't miss when I post on Wednesdays and Sundays. And thank you guys for watching. Yeah, hashtag in the comments below more flight life if you made it all the way to the end. You my road dog. And I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.